The banners in Soka City, home of Oitekaze Stable, are mainly for Division 1 winner Daieisho, but there is actually a second name on them written in smaller lettering. That's because Daieisho's stablemate Tsurugisho took the second division title this time. And here are the pair receiving their congratulatory bouquets from the mayor, Mr. Asai, at Soka City Hall last week. Therefore, so that he's not completely overshadowed, let's spotlight Tsurugisho's achievement here. After an amazing 2019 which saw him win Division 2 for the first time and take a Fighting Spirit prize on his top division debut, Saitama Sakai man Tsurugisho endured a frustrating 2020, falling back into Division 2 and struggling for form after suffering left knee damage in March. Little was expected of him in the middle of the division, even with all the withdrawals this time, meaning his first win, against a Nishikigi with only one winning score in 2 years, went largely unnoticed. An inside right is his favourite grip, by the way. On day 2, he faced his friend from junior high, high school, and Nihon University, Hideno Umi. They both favour the same grips, but Tsurugisho's was tighter, and he used his left to both swing and break his foe's grip in tandem, taking their head-to-head to 9-9. His record against Jo Koryu was far worse going into this one. The ease with which the outside left controlled things, the first major Tsurugisho surprise. A fourth win then ensued against badly out of sorts Kotoyuki, still unable to trust his left knee post-operation. Then came fading veteran Shohozan, and with him a need to improvise. His defensive forearms and clinch ultimately failing to prevent the inside left, Tsurugisho puts his outside left on inside duty, flipping the right arm over with real force and scooping to the side. And after having little joy with a rapid face slap on day 6, he used Churano Umi's momentum against him with a vice-like outside left. The reason he wears the supporter, by the way, is to prevent reoccurrence of an old high school elbow injury. At 6-0, he made us sit up. For 7-0, he made Azuma Ryu sit down with a bump, first trying to trip his right leg, then realizing the left was more exposed and tripping that instead. Another Tamanoi stableman awaited him on the middle Sunday. And after getting under Tohakuryu's weak two-handed charge, he sent him flying. As you might have seen in my Ura video, Day 9 brought him about with a title challenger. Not even 2/3 through, and Tsurugisho was already 3 ahead of Ura, and 2 in front of his closest rivals. Daieisho Maru, of the same stable, who he didn't even need to fight, and Hideno Umi, who he'd already beaten. Would he wrap up the title with days to spare? Or lose his hunger. Takagenji needed that win far more, and it ultimately kept him up. Tsurugisho soon got back to winning ways against Hakuyozan, but on day 12 was paired with another Sakai old boy. And while we can wax lyrical over Yago's expert forestalling of the inside right, the fact remains he needed that win much more, and it ultimately kept him up. Tsurugisho was still one in front of Daieisho Maru heading into day 13. And went 2 ahead by dealing with Mito Ryu in domineering fashion. And yet, against Ryuko, whose demotion was already confirmed, he wilted again, thereby giving 3 men an outside chance of catching him at the supposed climax. What we got, though, was an anticlimax, as his final day opponent, hitherto ever-present Ikioi, defaulted with a broken thumb, causing the title merely to fall into his lap. Great to begin with, a collapse at the end, but all in all, a great result, was how he summed things up to Sumo's official YouTube channel. I was really pumped for the final fight, but it ended in a default win, so I have complex feelings about it. I'm spurred on by Daieisho's success and want to be back in Division 1, going for double figures and fighting as if it's my first time there, with that kind of freshness. And, as I can't go out much in this corona climate, I'm going to bank my prize money. At Soka City Hall days later, he spoke warmly of how most of his stable's best wrestlers are in the same age group, which makes their relationship doubly strong and a huge source of support during tournaments. It seems the golden belted one will now jump all the way to Division 1 due to the spate of absences above him. Let's see if he really has improved.